What is up, guys? This is Mark with the Mic, and this is another The Wrestling Babble podcast by Wrestling Inc. I'm Mark with the Mic. I'm joined by Louis Beans.
What is up? What is up?
And we got some wrestling. We always got wrestling every single week, every Sunday, live on YouTube.
Thankfully.
Yes. We got some good shows this week. I think everything was pretty solid. It was nothing like a waste of time.
Yeah. I mean, listen. There's one or two hiccups here or there that I thought would like stop repeating the matches. But listen, more than not this week's particularly, like last week, pretty good shows, man.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, so little news, The Rock's TV show is actually doing extremely well.
I'm not surprised. I see the time and effort they put into it, the research, you know what I mean? Like, I hope it does very well. So good.
And little news with that The Miz is the highest rating champion, as in this was the highest rated Raw of 2021 so far.
Good for him. Also, check out the oral sessions with Renee Paquette this week.
I'm still listening. I'm still going through it.
Very good episode. Very good.
Yeah, I'm halfway through that episode.
Mm-hmm.
The shit that he talked about his father had me fucking rolling.
I know, man.
So we go into our weekend wrestling. We go straight to the point. So Monday Night Raw, pretty much is the aftermath of Elimination Chamber. Bobby Lashley comes out demanding his world title shot, seeing that he helped him take the title, and Miz was like, "Nah, B,
yeah,
not today. I got a suit on, man.
I ain't bring my gear and get out of here.
I've been busy with the TV shows
Mm-hmm.
and the talk shows and all that shit. I love that.
I know. He's real good.
It was good. It's good to see Bobby Lashley used the way he's being used, and I'm excited to see where this goes. Is he going to have the belt going into Mania, or is he not? It depends. Sees where we're going, but it looks like Miz might die this Monday on Raw.
I know. You can't just try to play a man like that. He helps you out.
Yeah. And he just looks angry. He looked like someone stole his last piece of candy in the fridge.
He had that pint of ice cream. He was looking forward to it all week.
Yeah,
he was like, yo, man, I work my ass off in the gym. I beat people's asses on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I lost my belt, but you know what? I got my ice cream. He got home. Somebody ate his ice cream. He was like, God damn it.
And someone blamed The Miz, and that's why he's so angry.
Yes.
Or somebody blamed Drew McIntyre, and that's why he died.
Yes, definitely.
Like, damn you, Drew.
I mean, he was on a tear this week. He beat up Bobby Lashley by himself. He beat up Braun Strowman, excuse me. You know
that was actually a solid match, too.
Mm-hmm.
So we're getting Shane McMahon back into the mix of things, which I have a feeling is going to be Braun Strowman versus Shane McMahon.
Of course.
So Shane McMahon's going to die on WrestleMania.
I hope he gets thrown off the pirate ship.
He's going to get thrown off something. He's always going to fall off something. So we got that storyline going, and then our first match of the night was Riddle versus John Morrison, which I thought was a fantastic match.
Mm-hmm.
Sadly, Morrison got hurt.
Oh, is he out now?
Yeah, I think he's out for 6 months.
Jesus, really?
He fucked up his knee.
Oh, when he jumped out of the ring. Yeah.
Damn,
that sucks.
So he might be out for a bit, which is sad, because I actually was looking forward to something between Morrison and Riddle. This match was good. I wanted more off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Next match, we had the New Day versus Mason T-Bar, which I enjoyed. I actually liked the story they were telling. And now it looks like they're going to break up Retribution because they have nothing for them. I
think hopefully this isn't just the end of it, but maybe it's the evolution of it. Maybe they stop with the masks and fake names and just be who they are.
Yeah, I feel the same. I feel like, honestly, if you have two of the biggest dudes on the WWE roster in a group, why don't you tag team them and make them a dominant tag team? You do not have tag teams.
Or dedicated just tag team big men in general.
Yeah.
That's a thing. It's enough to have a Braun Strowman or a Bobby Lashley or even a Drew McIntyre, but they're a singles competitor.
Yeah.
Where's those big fearsome people that is like, damn, if you fight these guys, I don't know who's gonna win.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I think that Mason T-Bar should be like be more serious as a tag team because I think they work good together. They're big, they're strong, they're very athletic. I think that could be something if they really pushed into it.
Yes, sir.
But I did like this match. Like the whole thing with Xavier and Kofi. They made me laugh.
Oh man, I loved them when I think it was going into the break.
Yeah.
Or coming back from it, and it was just Xavier was upside down screaming. Damn it! They know how to maximize television time.
Yeah, and then him fucking calling out Reckoning. He was like, "Bring Reckoning."
She was there this week.
Yeah, she was there. She came back, so he was talking mad shit. It's like, "Yo, bring her! I want her." Make that happen.
So that's it, right? That's the best of 5, right?
Yeah.
New Day have won.
Yeah.
That's it. They wrapped that up.
But they haven't. He hasn't beat Reckoning. Reckoning's still there.
He might have to give up on that dream. They're not gonna let that happen.
I'm sorry. You had Reginald like fighting Sasha Banks and shit. So I want to see Reckoning versus Xavier Woods.
I want to see it too, but for some reason, in the land of Raw, they don't give a damn.
Yeah. Anyway. Braun Strowman demands a WWE Championship, and then pretty much they made the main event being Bobby Lashley versus Braun Strowman, and then the face that Miz had on his face when he's like, if you win, you get added to Bobby Lashley and Miz's match. I want Miz to keep the title.
Yeah, me too. He's pretty good.
I want him to keep the title. I feel like we haven't had that kind of world champion in a while. Like that dude that just escapes wins and things like that. But it can be amazing on the mic and can be an easy storyteller to help build up any babyface that's going towards him. And I think that's something that been missing for a while as anyone as a champion.
Mm-hmm.
We haven't seen that in a while. Anyway.
That's because Drew definitely is not that, and neither is Roman.
Yeah, so. Exactly. So, yeah, I would like to see Miz keep the title, to be honest. We had another tag team match. Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin defeat Lucha House Party in a Tornado tag match. This is like the 10th time we've seen this match, so I wasn't really crazy about it.
I know, and the one bright spot for this match was that Shelton and Cedric are back on the same page again.
For now,
they seem to not be scrapping with each other. So that's a development.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
We had Damien Priest defeat Angel Garza.
Isn't this the second time they fought?
Yeah, they fought last week.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like the people fighting the same exact opponents again is like, you really starting to show you don't know how to rotate. What's going on?
And I was weird about the Damien Priest with that aluminum foil on his head. I don't know what that was. Nia Jax, Shayna Baszler defeat Charlotte and Asuka. Just another loss for Asuka, and it's just been bothering me.
I know. I feel like that in particular, because their tag team is basically falling apart.
Yeah. So.
Stop wasting Asuka's time. They should have just put her in a singles match. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's what I felt about this. And then you had the story stuff with Charlotte and her father.
Yeah.
Telling his old ass to go home.
I actually thought that was good. I actually thought that was felt more personal than anything they have been doing. So I was fine with that.
You know why it felt more personal? Because it was if you listen to them, they weren't really saying any made up stuff, so just like they were just having a heated conversation in the backstage area, and that kind of goes a long way because not everything needs to be some fake made up Looney Tunes type of deal.
Yeah,
because the whole baby thing, and then the lady's not going to be there because she's really pregnant. It's just like, come on, man.
Yeah,
you didn't have to start that.
No, but it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Sheamus defeats Jeff Hardy in a rematch from SmackDown.
He lost because he didn't transform.
No, he did not.
Just saying.
Okay. So this is actually something I asked for the week before, so I can't hate on it.
Mm-hmm.
Naomi Lana defeating Mandy Rose and Dana Brooke.
There you go.
I was like, all
I'm
right,
not mad.
no,
Not
I'm
mad.
mad
It
at it.
wasn't a bad match. And what we actually got was, hey, these people are here. Let them wrestle.
Yep. AJ Styles defeats Ricochet. Again, they always have solid matches. They're always very good with each other. And then the Giant fucking tossed his ass. Messed
Yeah,
up.
that was good.
Not only
That was
Ricochet lost, but he also got slammed afterwards. That's just messed up.
yeah. Poor Ricochet.
Yeah. And then our main event, Bobby Lashley, Braun Strowman. Good heavy hitting match. There was some moves that Bobby Lashley did to Strowman, which looked hilarious because he's so big, and Lashley's not that big.
I know.
Yeah.
Well, he's not that big in comparison to Strowman.
Yeah.
Because Strowman is huge and
Yeah.
Lashley is big.
Yeah. So it was kind of funny seeing it, but it was a good match.
Yeah, man.
I give Raw a B plus.
Me as well.
They did better
I mean-
with a lot of the things. I'm interested in seeing where the WWE title is going to be.
Definitely.
I think Miz is. I'm actually happy he's the world champ. Like I'm all for him. So hopefully they pick up something and do something better with it.
I agree.
I did watch Impact Wrestling. I'm just getting the results.
Mm-hmm.
Impact Wrestling results. It was a solid match though. A solid show. I can't even fucking talk right now. You had Diener versus Jake something in a ladder match. Not a tables match. It was a very sloppy match, but it ended with Moose just putting him through a table and like hijacking the show. So that part was good. The match of before it wasn't that good.
Okay.
I'm feeling very repetitive with the X Division stuff because I feel like all these guys been wrestling like for the past 3 months. So X Division 6-man tag, you had Mac, Chris Bay, Austin Aries. Austin Aries. That's not Austin Aries. Ace Austin.
Okay.
So Bleach Report had a boo boo in their typing. So John.
Oh, they had the wrong name.
Yeah.
Damn.
Josh Alexander, Trey Miguel, and Willie Mack. They beat Bay, Ace Austin, and DK's Black Taurus.
Okay, I know what you mean. The
it
Bull
was-
Man.
Yeah, it was alright. It was fun. It was a fun match, a very athletic match. But again, I've been watching them all fight each other for the past like month, and it's getting kind of old. So I call it out in Raw. I call it out on SmackDown. I'm gonna call it out on Impact Wrestling as well.
I mean, the shuffle, yeah.
Yeah, Good Brothers versus Triple XL wasn't much. It wasn't an impressive match at all. It was very sloppy, and I was just happy it finished. So I was not crazy about that match. Eddie Edwards versus Brian Myers. That was supposed to happen, and then they changed it up, and it wound up being Hernandez versus Eddie Edwards. Eddie Edwards win. It was another sloppy match, but at least it has a storyline going with Brian Myers and Matt Cardona going to be referee for their match next week.
Okay.
So it's going to be Brian Myers versus Matt Cardona. Matt Cardona is going to be the ref, and he's going to fight Eddie Edwards.
Okay, gotcha.
We had Susie and Kimberly versus Jordan Grace and Jazz. And again, sadly, this show had a lot of sloppy matches and nothing really impressive. So, sadly, the show wasn't the greatest. Then you had the end of the night. It was TNA World Champion Jake Something, Moose versus Jake Something. That I say was the best match of the night. They actually did really tell a story, and Moose comes out the victor and still champion.
Okay.
And they're actually they're actually putting his title as a world champion.
I did see that.
So I'm happy.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Okay.
So Impact overall, I'll give it a C plus. There was nothing really outstanding. They have been consistent with a lot of good storylines, but this week wasn't. It was weak. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
What else we got? We got have you watched AEW Dark?
Yes, sir. So this week's AEW was 2 hours. Dark was 2 hours this week, so they had extra people.
Yeah.
To spot out some of the matches, just in case you want to check them out, I recommend Lee Johnson versus Serpentico. I think Lee Johnson is coming into his own, and Serpentico is actually pretty good. He's in the tag team that nobody really cares about, but he's actually pretty good. So that was a good match.
Okay.
JJ Garrett versus QT Marshall
Okay.
was like a clash of styles because it just I think the JJ Garrett guy, I'm not familiar with him, but I think he's somebody that people would know.
Yeah.
But to see QT Marshall wrestle, it just looks like this magical gym teacher.
Yeah.
Because the way he looks is so like generic and unassuming, but he's so good in the ring, dude.
Yeah.
Like I really that match in particular I really recommend because the other guy reminds me of Gable.
Okay.
He got the Steiner, the wrestling outfit with the mullet.
Yeah.
But he's fly, dude. Like that. There's pretty surprising matches, and the other one I would say check out is Jurassic Express versus VSK Angel Fashion because they on a tear right now. Jurassic Express is pissed off.
Yeah.
They're pissed off and beating people. And okay, my favorite match though, because I saw the shout outs to the AEW social media for putting this one out there, is JD Drake versus Eddie Kingston.
Okay.
Again, people, you look at them and you go, nah, I'm not expecting much because JD Drake is like kind of like a pot belly, like a bruiser type of wrestler.
Yeah.
I mean, he's fighting Eddie Kingston who hides it well.
Yeah.
That's all I'm gonna say. So so it was just they went at it, dude.
Yeah.
They was chopping the shit out of each other. It was a good match.
JD Drake. I'm trying to think who he is.
Like you see him, you just go, who's that guy? Whose uncle is that?
Yeah. Oh, JD
You know
Drake,
what I
isn't it? Isn't he's a big white dude?
Yeah.
He was in Evolve.
Oh, okay. I didn't know about him. He's good though.
JD
Tell you
Drake.
that much.
Yeah, he was in Evolve. He was the Evolve their champion for a while. I liked it. He looks like a big Bobby Hill.
Yeah. He's really good.
I know who JD
Very
Drake
good.
is. I got to watch that match because I'm a big fan of that guy. He's really good.
He is really good. That was a very impressive match.
Yeah, he was in Evolve. We actually, what's funny? We actually see him fight Kingston in Evolve.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
That's why it was such
history.
a good match. Okay.
They have history with each other. Yeah, JD Drake was the Evolve champion, and he also was part of I think TNT champ. No, not the TNT champ. It was like something network champion.
Okay.
He was there for Evolve for a while. Yeah, it was good. Cool. I gotta check that out because I'm a big fan of JD Drake.
Yes.
I was thinking about his name and I was like, yo, it sounds mad familiar. So I call him. He's a big Bobby Hill. He looks like Bobby Hill from fucking King of the Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Small purse. I don't know you. All right, so I definitely gotta check that match out.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, Dark was really good. There's a lot of other stuff, but again, those were my spotlights.
I hope AEW does sign him. I think he is. I actually think seriously, if they really wanted the pure wrestler, kind of do a pure wrestler team, you can put FTR with him and another person. Wow. That would be very interesting.
Okay.
Because he has that old school look.
That's good. Yeah,
he wears a jacket and all that shit too. Yeah. So
yeah,
let's see what they do. Yeah, Dark. One of the big news things that happened this week was Big Show signing with AEW.
It's cool. And I found out it's a dual role.
Yeah.
Not only is he gonna be commentating, which is like the one thing they put up front.
Yeah.
But when you watch the show, they also mentioned that he has his wrestling license.
Yeah.
They put it that way. I didn't make that up. So that means at some point he may be wrestling. Now, is he gonna help Cody fight Shaq? I don't know.
I'm just saying. I would not mind a reunion of a real tag team that were tag team champions of Jericho and Show.
Yes, Jericho. I mean, it looks like the Inner Circle is having troubles right now. So hey.
So bring in the Enforcer. Have Jericho just have Paul White just slap people in the chest.
Please.
Slap them into place.
Please. Let's do that.
AEW. We saw the death of Ryan Nemeth.
Oh Lord, yeah, they just be doing that on purpose. They really just be killing that poor boy on purpose.
Yeah, he died. Like, he's dead. Like, he needed to get resuscitated after the match. Team Taz versus Varsity Blondes. I actually didn't mind that match. It was okay.
Yeah, that was alright.
It was none. Like, it was okay. I really don't care for the Sting and Darby Allin stuff. So I'm like, lately I just been skipping it.
Really? I thought him coming back and catching this man with the death drop was alright.
Yeah, I'm just like, I'm already tired of this shit. It is just me. Like, I'm just like, all right, I see where you're going with it. The promo's been solid. It's just like I'm just getting tired of just the waiting for the fight. I just want them to fight already.
I could definitely see that.
Yeah, but yeah, it was cool. Scorpion Death Drop to Brian Cage. And then he dragged Darby Allin in the body hit. It was cool.
Oh yeah, it turned out it was Hook inside. It was a little cool misdirection, so it was alright.
And he came down from the Raptors and shit.
The nice zip line.
Yeah, the HBK zip line
with the skateboard in tow. Yeah. So there you
go. Jake Hager fought Brandon Cutter. I honestly, sadly, I did not watch this match. I skipped it. I did not care.
You didn't have to because it was a beatdown mostly. Yeah. Mostly a beatdown. Cutler got some offense in, but the thing about this match in particular, it was more of a from the BTE because that's where they had some setup for.
Okay.
So because of the jumping last week on BTE, they were like, what was up with the Good Brothers and Kenny?
Yeah.
Right? Why were they not there? What happened to our friends? And then he goes, Cutler, you were there. And then remember they showed a flashback of him getting laid out.
Yeah.
So he's like, yeah. So now you know what? He's gonna have a match with, and he had a match with Hager. So that was the one who laid him out. So it was basically revenge.
Yeah.
But he got beat anyway. So.
Hangman Page versus Isaiah Cassidy. I thought that match was pretty solid.
I thought that was impressive for Isaiah more than anything. Just like, all right, he's coming into his own, but he's way more solid when he doesn't have to be flying all over the ring. You know what I mean?
He actually told more of a story, and that's the reason why I appreciate this match a bit more.
Yep. And Matt Hardy, I love it.
Yeah. Women's world title eliminator, Britt Baker versus Nyla Rose.
I was so hoping Brit won.
I wanted Brit. I wanted Baker to win this tournament, so I was disappointed when she lost.
Very sad. It was a good match, but that was kind of heartbreaking for me. This poor girl can't catch a break. Where's her figure at? Yeah. Damn these people at AEW. Get that woman her figure.
And then the face of Revolution ladder match, Trial Fire, Ray Phoenix, and Lance Archer. This was just a brutal beatdown.
I loved it though.
It was good.
That was my favorite match of the show.
It was good, and I liked the fist bump in the end. Like he kind of just was like, "I got you."
We also forgot Papa Buck with the tomato sauce on his face.
Yeah, that was just, oh man.
You know what's funny? You know why he looked like that?
Yeah.
Because they had to use fake stuff because they wouldn't let him get cut.
Yeah.
Because the story popped up was saying, he wanted to get cut. I was like, no.
Nah, like
cutting this old man during a pandemic.
Honestly, I wouldn't say like the blood, it had to be the blood or anything like that. It was just more his overacting was just really bad.
No, he had me of John way Cena's too much. Father. Oh, I didn't see that.
John Cena's
I might need to go back.
John Cena's father overacted everything, and it was fucking hilarious. Okay. And I think it was in the same category. It was just like,
he handed up. But it was just like, he had the movie makeup blood all over him.
Yeah.
He was like, no, he is not that bloody. Like, you saw the blood on the truck. You like, come on.
I feel like you didn't have to even have the blood as an aesthetic. Like, you could have just had them beat down and didn't have to involve blood whatsoever.
I didn't mind it.
It is what it is. But it was cheesy.
But here's the thing, though. Yeah. Here's the thing. If the only thing that the Bucks do is try to fight them, and they don't try to, end somebody's career, then it's gonna be like, come on, man, what's it gonna take for you guys to turn it up?
Yeah.
Because they tried to kill you, they beat the shit out your pops. You know what I mean? Come on.
Yeah, I got you.
So we'll see.
Yeah. AEW solid. I'll give it a B+.
Yes, sir. We'll also say sad news about. I think we talked. Well, it broke this week that
Oh yeah,
Anna Jay is out for 6 to 7 months, I think it is,
yeah.
because
Oh,
of her
we
shoulder.
forgot one really big thing as well besides Anna Jay. Fucking
Well, that's not AEW news, but
no,
it is
but
Tuesday news. It's
yeah,
Tuesday
Tuesday
news.
news, and we forgot to mention. But we'll go after Anna Jay. It's a 6 day. She's out 6 to 8 months. What was it for again?
Her shoulder.
Damn.
But I think she's in the not funny thing, but the ironic thing is I listened to her AEW Uncensored, and she had mentioned that was one of the things that it had happened to her before. She had an injury with her
So
shoulder.
she probably re-injured the same shoulder.
Yeah. So
That
I don't.
sucks.
I hope. Well, I hope it's not the opposite one because that would be terrible.
Yeah. So then you have two bumped up shoulders. That's fucked up.
You know what I mean? So
Yeah, that sucks. Sad to hear. The other thing, sad to hear, which was Tuesday news, is NWA Power. You know how much we loved it when it was going on during the time, but now honestly, it looks like it's dying because
I
the
see.
YouTube channel is nothing now.
Yeah, I heard.
But
So sorry.
we also lost to one of our favorite characters in that NWA Power
Mm.
show. Um, Just
Well,
the
what
question
was his
mark.
deal? Yeah, we knew him as the question mark, and was it Joe Cyphus?
Joe Cyphus, and he's known as the question mark, which was one of our favorite characters in that show with the karate. We very and I found out through Aaron Stevens' account because he was the first one to kind of post something about it,
Mm-hmm.
and he said the love he had for him and things like that, which was really sad to hear. And I was like, ah, damn it. So yeah, Joseph Hudson, his real name. He was
Yeah.
Joseph's and AKA the question mark in NWA. So he was two characters in NWA.
Mm-hmm.
Very fun character. Question mark was probably one of our favorite things to see, especially his like little videos and his little video packages and things like that. It was just a joy to see him in that sense. So yeah, rest in peace, man.
Yeah, rest in peace. I just wanted to give a big shout out to that guy because the both of them were my favorite, absolute favorite things about that whole like organization, man.
Yeah.
Like the fact that they had a space to be that silly, but also be entertaining and still beat people up, and then the Mongolian chop. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was so many things they put together that it came together and became like something kind of I don't know. I don't want to say bigger than wrestling, but it was just like it opened my eyes more to the fact that you could do that anywhere.
Yeah.
And if you do it right, it could be done like great. And it's really sad to hear that he passed. So.
Yeah, it sucked to hear. Before NXT, Biggie has a special on WWE Network, so definitely check that out. He has a 24 premiering today.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited to watch that. Young Biggie. All I think is the Xavier and then Kofi with the new day voice. And Biggie.
Oh no, baby New Day.
The baby Biggie voice.
They should do the Muppet Babies with the New Day.
I wouldn't mind that. We'll see.
Mm-hmm.
All of the news before NXT. Also, NXT just did a huge signing of the new recruits for the NXT Performance Center.
But hopefully it's not just NXT. Hopefully it's everybody because Raw kind of stale, and you can be some more people to fight on SmackDown. I'm just saying.
Well, they're in the Performance Center, so they got signed to the Performance Center.
Okay.
So that's how they do it. They take the class in the Performance Center. If they're higher in regards, then they'll use them for other things. But right now, it's mainly for Performance Center. One of them is a second generation wrestler, and a couple others are people that we've known and seen before. Taya Valkyrie is one. LA Knight, Eli Drake, Angelina Aaron, Parker Bordur. I don't know who that is. Anthony Henry, Harlem Bravado, which he made his name in Evolve.
Okay.
Zoe Stark, which we saw her fight Io Shirai this week on NXT. Priscilla Kelly, which we seen her in the Dusty Classic for the ladies.
Mm-hmm.
We had Cora Jade.
Yeah.
Christian Benjamin or Berringham, Christian Berringham, Drew Casper, Blake Christian, Maverick Bolton, Cameron Clay, Joe Aralo, and Taylor Gardo, and Keisha Rivera. Keisha Rivera, we've seen. She did like an enhancement match on NXT before.
Okay.
Rick Steiner's son is one of the Bronson Rick Steiner, which is Rick Steiner's son, which I'm actually very interested in see what he does. He just came. He actually was playing in the NFL. He was in the LA Rams.
Okay. Gotcha.
The other guy that I'm very excited to see because I've seen him in Evolve was Henry, Anthony Henry. He was really good. He kind of has like a Corey Graves vibe, like his style and look.
Okay, I never got to see Graves when he wrestled.
Graves was good.
Really?
Graves was good. Graves was very submission heavy wrestler. He used to like bulldoze your leg and then lock the Lucky 13 like leg lock, which was like a backwards figure four.
Okay.
I'll say one highlight match I remember him was him and Sami Zayn.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, they had a really good match. But I'm happy to see Tyler Backery. Hopefully she gets a start. I would like to see her versus Io Shirai. So
I'm so sad that her husband is hurt. That sucks. Because imagine she shows up on Raw.
Yeah. They need a lot of people on Raw. Yeah.
I just think that hopefully this brings in some fresh faces. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So people start fighting the same people over and over again.
In NXT, they kind of announced a second show that's going to happen. It's called NXT Evolve, and I think it's going to start after WrestleMania. That might be honestly, that might take the place of 205 Live.
Makes sense.
And it's going to be more of the development. So right now, WWE is not doing the house shows, and usually that house shows is where the development usually wrestled.
Gotcha.
So this, I think, is going to be the main event for NXT for a lot of the new people to showcase their styles and stuff like that, and then also be a mix of the main eventers in there as well.
Okay.
So you'll have maybe say for instance Tyler Valkyrie, she's just starting. She'll probably wrestle there against someone that's been there for a while, like Dakota Kai or something like that, and I'll probably highlight it as the main event. But they'll have a lot of their newer people wrestle each other throughout the card.
All right.
So I'm all for that. So NXT has not failed us in their TV show, so I'm all for what they do.
Let's see.
Talk about NXT. We're at NXT now. We had Dexter Loomis defeat North American champion Johnny Gargano. This match was one of my favorite matches this week.
Everything around this match was hilarious, dude. I don't know how he got magical powers over those two. I know he must have brainwashed Austin Theory. But why was that other girl falling in love with him? I have no idea.
Oh man, yo, the camera work with him, he was stuck in the submission hold, was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
And him just passing out. That was really good. He has it as his profile picture right now.
Yeah, I remember.
It was really good. It was probably one of my favorite matches this week. So definitely check that out. Zaya Swerve Scott attacks Leo Ruff. I actually thought that was a beautiful fucking
he
thing.
killed that
He
man.
beat the shit out of him. NXT Women's Champion Io Shirai defeats Zoe Starks with Toni Storm coming out afterwards and challenging her for the women's title.
But that was a pretty good first high profile match for Zoe Stark. So that's pretty cool.
Xia Li defeats Casey Corrazzo, and I actually think Casey Corrazzo broke her leg during this match, and hopefully
I hope not. Come on, man.
Yeah, I think she's out for a couple months.
Jesus, how's she gonna break her leg? And it was clear they were gonna do that. I hope they didn't break it for real. Jesus.
I hope not. But let's see. It looks like it was broken though. Grizzled Young Vets defeat Killian Dane and Drake Maverick. I actually thought this was a fun match, but they were too much.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I actually really like this match too. Karrion Kross defeats NXT Cruiserweight Champion Santo Escobar in a no DQ non-title match. I was surprised how much of a fight this match was, so I was extremely happy with this.
It's very smart though.
Yeah.
See, this is what if they would use retribution correctly.
Yeah.
They could have situations where they take matches where they have the advantage instead of having matches where they can't attack the other people. because it forces a DQ. So if they have what was this match? It wasn't false count anywhere. It was no DQ.
It was no DQ.
And what did he do? He used his faction to his advantage.
Yeah, and that was just fucking hilarious.
I mean, they got ricocheted all over the walls, but for the most part, they beat up Killian Cross. So there you go.
All over the walls, the arena, the floor, the truck. They were everywhere. They got thrown everywhere.
Tried to get him with a pickaxe, man. Come on.
Yeah, and also like the fact that I think it just highlighted Killian Cross very strongly too, because he was getting jumped, but he also was selling the jump as well. So I give it a lot of credit. I actually really enjoyed this match, and it was a fantastic match.
My favorite thing though was how Santos Escobar has Legado del Fantasma jumpsuit.
Yeah.
So like you go to the gas station, they all come out in their jumpsuits. Like what the hell?
That was actually great. And then NXT ended with Adam Cole, Super King, Finn Balor, and double crossing Roderick Strong with the low blow.
And then a kick to the head at the end.
Really good match, a really good night. Very good storytelling going throughout NXT. So I'm excited to next week. We also got another promo for the LA Knight. We also got the $1 Million Man shit with Cameron Grimes that had me fucking rolling.
Again, that's how you do it. You gotta have something, right? Yeah. Develop that character.
Shit had me fucking laughing. That was.
I love it. The most funny part of it was that he cut off the video.
Yeah.
So he didn't see the end, and they kept trying to tell him, "Oh, he knocks the ball away at the end." And he goes, "Shut up! I know." He messed it up. He messed it up until the last one. I was like, "Oh, you."
It was funny.
Also, it was funny how that girl like this. She dribbled on him. He was like, "Oh, he missed." Damn.
Yeah. He lost all his money on the floor too.
All that money.
He's funny. That shit has been having me rolling. So I'm all for his $1 billion redneck character. It's all fun. NXT A+, I can't say more than that. Like it was just a full entertaining show that has stories galore, and don't use the same people every week, so we can see new matches a lot of the time. So keep that shit up.
Yeah, and it's got multiple feuds brewing. It's just got so many threads, but they use the talent enough, they rotate them out enough that you just don't keep getting the same exact formula every week, and that's why I like it.
I did not get to watch NXT UK, but I have a match for you to watch because someone spotted it to me and I watched, and it was actually a really good match. Tyler Bate fought William Regal's son, and it was a really hell of a match.
Wow, I didn't know his son was a wrestler.
He just started in the UK.
Well, now I'm intrigued, so I'm definitely going to check that out.
Yeah, definitely watch that match. It was a really good technical match, and I really enjoyed it.
You know who else's son is there, too? Not NXT or WWE, for that matter. Last week, they shouted him out. Well, the week before, they shouted him out, and last week, you could see him in the crowd. Arn Anderson's son is there, too.
Yeah.
He's like everybody's son is a wrestler. God damn.
Yeah. We'll see if they're actually as good as their daddies. That's the big thing, to make you at least he looks a lot like Regal. Like he looks like a very young Regal.
Okay. Wow.
So he has the same look and everything, body type and all.
Okay. Good stuff.
Friday night SmackDown. We started off with Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan. I thought this was a great promo, and they never come across with a bad promo. Roman kills it. Daniel Bryan kills it. I think Daniel Bryan became one of the best promos in wrestling right now. So,
and don't forget about main event Jay.
Yeah,
knocking his ass out.
Exactly.
He did the job this week. He did the job.
Yep. They did a good job. I really enjoyed it. Then our first match was Otis and Chad Gable defeat Rey Mysterio and Dominic Mysterio. I'm giving at least the credit the fact that they are making tag teams. Legit tag teams, and they're actually giving something with Otis and Gable, so I'm all for that.
They got a few, but this is this going to lead to a match at a pay-per-view? Because this is the third time they fought each other.
Second,
okay.
So Otis is trying to make Rey Mysterio shit his pants.
And you know what's funny is he caught him with a more devastating move,
Yeah,
but they didn't call out the EMTs this week.
yeah.
I'm just saying, what's
Just
going
saying.
on? Did he
Exactly.
put the pins on this week because he knew?
Yeah, I think that's what happened. He wore a pamper today.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. Apollo Crews defeats Shinsuke Nakamura. It was a really good match. I was a little disappointed it was Nakamura that he had to beat, but this is the fact that Nakamura has been on a roll, and I kind of feel like they just killed it. But Apollo Crews is in a storyline with the IC champion. He has a new getup, and he kind of changed his language for a promo. So hey, man, keep doing it.
I appreciate the character again, the character development because before you could really give a crap less about who or what Apollo Crews was.
Yeah,
He was just another smiling face that did flips and
Yeah.
drop kicks.
yeah,
So now you know who he is. You know he is royalty, descended from royalty, and he's got his colors on. So I appreciate it.
yeah.
Let's see what he can do.
Exactly. Tamina defeats Liv Morgan. I was a little sad about that because I love Liv Morgan.
I again, for me, a double-edged sword. I love
Yeah.
Tamina. I love Liv Morgan. You know why I will always back Tamina is because remember when she was trying to do something on her own and they shot her down. So
Yeah.
like that always, if I see that in a wrestler and they're trying to do something and the company just goes, we don't care.
Yeah.
That always kind of sticks with me. So I'm glad she's at least doing better. But
Yeah.
damn it, why you gotta kill Liv Morgan?
And no Billy Kay, which made me sad.
Yeah, I mean nobody in that ring liked her though.
Doesn't matter.
Everybody wanted to beat her ass.
I need more Billy Kay.
Oh man,
We
she should have
need
came to
Billy Kay.
ringside.
Yeah, exactly.
She should have
There
came
was no Billy Kay this
to
week.
commentary or something. Yeah.
Bianca Belair to challenge Sasha Banks at WrestleMania. It was a nice little promo. You kind of knew where it was going. So now we got official Sasha Banks, Bianca Belair at WrestleMania.
But
I'm excited
what
for
the
that match.
hell, Merc? What the hell is Reggie's problem? Why is he showing up there, Reginald?
He's in love.
Shame on him. Shame on him.
He's a
Leaving Carmella like that.
Yeah, she's paying him too. Like,
I know.
she fires us.
She should.
Yeah.
She should.
Street Profits defeat King Corbin and Sami Zayn. As much as I didn't care in the beginning that they put them together, the match was good and it was funny as hell.
I mean, I actually liked Sammy talking to Corbin before the match and whatnot, so I like the setup for it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you knew they weren't going to get along, though. You knew it.
And it was just hilarious when Corbin started yelling at the crew and things like that. I thought it was fun. Really good match. Fun thing to do. Cesaro painfully rebuckled Seth Rollins. It was
Poor guy.
hilarious.
This thing had me dying because Seth had his suit jacket on and he started getting spun and that joint just started slowly sliding off his arms. I was like, yo, he swung this man out of his suit.
Yep.
Wow. That's crazy.
It was hilarious. A very fun thing. I actually think that should have been that's going to be the picture of the podcast when we do it, put it on SoundCloud. It's going to be Cesaro swinging Seth Rollins. And our main event was Daniel Bryan, Jey Uso, ended in a double countout, which kind of honestly is a double-edged sword because Daniel Bryan did not win, but he did not lose either.
They're probably gonna leave that window open.
Yeah.
But at least for the night, Jey Uso got the job done.
Yeah, for now.
Because as per the stipulation, it was only if Daniel Bryan won the match. So we'll see.
Yeah, but technically it was a draw, so it will go into another match.
So we'll see what happens next week. But anyway, he still ends up getting his ass beat. So
Yeah. Really good match. Really good way to do things. I'm loving how they're using Jey Uso as well. At least you see these high profile matches for him and making him a character to be developing within everything. Like I honestly think that I think at WrestleMania I feel Roman staying the champion and fucking Jey Uso finally gets tired of his shit and finally gets the title.
I wouldn't hate that, but I really would have. See, the way I would have had that roll out was if Jay had won.
Yeah.
The chamber. But since that didn't happen, we have to go a different way. So.
Yeah, and they did the finger finger.
No, not even that. Like you imagine, he was gonna the storyline would be Jay's gonna lay down for Roman. He's not gonna
Yeah.
take the title shot, and then he gets it in his head. He's like, you know what? I'm tired of your BS. And then
Or he does
beats
it all the
him.
way. He does it all the way to the match, and when fucking Roman comes and actually thinks he's gonna just finger point at him and shit like that, Jay's like fucking rolls his ass up.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind.
Yeah.
I
So a
wouldn't
lot
mind.
of cool things that we could do with that. But I like the development of Jey Uso. I like him as a single competitor. But, they're just wasting time for his brother to come back to put him in the tag division again.
This is true. The sad part, but it's true.
Yeah. But, honestly, they need it.
I can see it.
Yeah. All right. So, SmackDown. I'm going to give it an A.
Yeah, it was a solid show.
Yeah.
I agree.
Solid show. I like the development of Gable and Otis. We've been saying that we need more tag teams, and they're actually showing us more tag teams. So, at least, and then also Rey Mysterio and Dominic. They could easily put them as a tag team. Just leave them like that. They could start winning matches, but stop squashing.
But also, I have to give SmackDown the two match warning. Like this show did have repeated matches, so you got to
So
next week.
I would give credit for the Apollo Nakamura just because it was a reissuing of Apollo kind of thing. It was like a retelling the story as in being the heel now. Like he fully went heel.
Mm-hmm.
So I was all for that, and I was like, okay, it makes sense. I just didn't want Nakamura to lose a match. That's the only thing. Like he was on a roll, so now you just lost it. Now his momentum is not there anymore. But
that's what I mean. He could if they'd had somebody else for him to fight.
Yeah, 100%. But we'll see where it goes from there. I want to see different matchups, and I know you have the talent to do so. So get them to earn their paychecks. Add more wrestlers.
I know.
Yeah.
And they announced Rio Ripley on Raw this week too. They had her video package.
Makes me sad.
I know, Mert.
It makes me sad because I know exactly what they're gonna do with her.
No, she doesn't have a celebrity to end up like Damien Priest.
No, I know exactly what they're gonna do with her. Who has the title? Asuka. Who is she gonna go directly after? Asuka. Who's gonna easily beat Asuka? Rhea Ripley.
I'm not mad at that.
I'm not mad at that, but you have not made Asuka such a threat that it's a matchup I want to see now.
That's true.
Sadly, if you would have said that match 2 years ago, I would be like, oh yeah. The way you've been booking Asuka, I don't care.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's the problem.
Anybody really can.
That's a problem. That's a big problem. Maybe there's ways you could get Asuka back in a row and have her as a dominant into WrestleMania, but right now, like, she's not at all.
That's true.
Yeah, so it is issues there. So hopefully we get something better. The podcast we listened to, there's some good ones this week.
Mm-hmm.
You talked about earlier today the oral sessions with the Miz was a really good conversation. If you're a fan of the Miz, we had the Cesaro on After the Bell. You had the New Day Pod, which is always a fun conversation. They kind of talked about Big E's Kickstarter that he's doing right now, which I actually just donated. I donated $60 to get a T-shirt.
Oh, okay, nice.
And I get a thank you from Big E as well.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I put that up there. Yeah, he's doing like a School of Rock, like is it Schoolhouse Rock? But
yeah, so it's like a cartoon they're gonna do.
Yeah. So hopefully they do good with that, and hopefully it hits the mark. I think it's doing really well right now from the last I saw, so it's doing good. So if you have, check out Big E's Twitter and donate.
Yes, sir.
What else I have listened to this week that was interesting? Shayna Baszler on Oral Sessions as well.
Yeah.
Should definitely check that out.
Yeah. She had two in a week, I think.
Yeah, she's been doing two. I think it's Tuesday and Thursday.
Yeah.
I have to listen to that one because I did not listen to
that. Was a good one. I actually did hear that one.
What else was a good one? The Cesaro with After the Bell was really great. What else I listened to this week? Oh, always shout outs to the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast. They always have good stuff out. I got to listen to the second episode of the True Long Island Story, but I'm caught up with the Major Podcast, and it's been fun.
Okay, cool.
Definitely check out the True Long Island Story one though. It's a really good listen. It's pretty much him going through all the episodes and just talking about it and what they were doing during that time and stuff.
Okay,
So
cool.
definitely check that out. And other than that, that's all I got. You have anything else?
No, that's it.
All right. Yeah, so we can wrap this up. This is the Wrestling Babble podcast. Follow us on Wrestling on Spotify is the easiest way to get every single one of our podcasts. Our 2 weekly podcasts, the Guess What I Swear, and the Wrestling Babble, and our monthly podcast of the Morphin Cast, the Shell Shock, the Game of Rage, and the Non Trekkie podcast. They're all there. Easy listening. Definitely check that out. Follow me on SoundCloud, Twitter, Tumblr, YouTube, Instagram. All Mark with the Mic. Easy follows and easy ways to get the podcast is all through there. Also follow Recycling Inc.
Make sure you follow us anywhere and everywhere. Red Cyclone Inc. That is YouTube. That is SoundCloud. That is also Spotify. Then make sure to check out the Twitter, Tumblr, and Instagram, and the WordPress.
Yeah.
Do it.
Do it. And yeah. Peace out, laters, and always remember karate. And do karate on Jinkies.
Karate chop that sandwich out of his hand.
There you go.
He don't eat it.
But you have to say karate afterwards.
Mongolian chops only. Mongrovian chops. Excuse me, Mongrovian.
Oh man, that's just sad. We missed that guy.
Yep.
Later.
Question mark. Question
mark. Yeah.